The iPhone clock app is a very good example of a tab-based application. There's simply 4 tabs, and time is dealt with very differently. You have time zones, alarm clock, you have a stopwatch, and a countdown timer. And there are 4 separate view controllers controlled by the tab. In the music app case, things are a little different in that there's more than 5 possible tabs. So there's this notion of a more tab that enables you to manipulate what tabs you see and what their location are. You actually get that for free with the tab bar controller. Let's go over the desktop. I just created a project called Tabbed App, and I use the tabbed application template. And what we get is a tab bar controller with 2 view controllers. And I'm in the storyboard. You can move these things around, and the connections will move accordingly. I can also delete them. I'm going to delete the second one. Of course, I can also get rid of the corresponding view controller for the one I just deleted. The 2 files. Now here's the question. How would I add different view controllers to this tab bar? And I'm going to show you how to do that in the next slide. Okay, I have 2 workspace windows open. The one on the left is our tabbed app, which I just created. The one on the right is our old friend keyboards from early on in CTN. I'm going to control drag the view controller.m and .h from keyboards over to the tabbed app workspace. And I want to make a copy. I don't want to reference. I'm going to go back over to keyboards. And I'm going to select the storyboard. And I have the view controller selected. I'm going to go to Edit and go to Copy. I'm going to go back over to the tabbed app. And I'm going to say Paste. Oops, I got to do that from Edit. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to close the outline. I'm going to move this around. I'm going to control drag from the tab bar controller to the keyboards controller. I want to select the bottom item here, view controllers. I'm going to do a build and I'm going to show you what we have at this point, but I'm going to do this offline to avoid the build process while we're running QuickTime. Alright, you're just going to have to trust me that I didn't do any offline magic, but we have the running simulator and we have 2 tabs. This one's our keyboards. Tab back, tab forward. Let's go to the next slide and we'll talk about the management of these tabs. If I zoom in, scroll over, I can actually manage the position of these things. I can interchange them. And if I select one, over in the attribute inspector, I can actually change the title, and I can actually give it an image. And I'll let you research the parameters of images for these things. Now keep in mind that if you just had a plain view, you can also use tab bars and tab bar items as a toolbar. And what you'll end up with is what they call a radio button, where the button that's currently selected is highlighted. But doing that doesn't make it a tab bar controller. The other thing is, you can't create a relationship between a tab bar controller and a tab bar controller. There can only be one tab bar controller, and it has to be at the highest level. You also cannot reference a tab bar controller from a navigation controller. Now, if you go and create more than 5 view controllers, the management of the list will be done for you. In other words, you'll get 4 plus the more. You don't have to do anything special for that. That's it. I hope it helps.